Imagine a land so vast that it dwarfs almost everything else on the map. For centuries, this was a place where the wind and the ice were the only masters. Long before any European ships arrived, the land was home to people who understood its soul. The Tlingit, the Haida, and the Inupiat did not see a wilderness to be conquered, but a home to be respected. They built complex societies based on the rhythm of the seasons and the bounty of the sea. But in the 18th century, the silence of the North was broken. Russian explorers, led by Vitus Bering, crossed the treacherous sea in search of wealth. They found it in the thick, soft fur of the sea otter. This discovery brought a new era of trade, but also of conflict and disease for the indigenous people. Russian America was born, but it was a fragile colony, thousands of miles from the halls of power in St. Petersburg. By the middle of the 19th century, the Russian Empire was tired and struggling. They looked at their distant territory and saw a liability they could no longer protect. In 1867, a deal was struck that would change the map of the world forever. United States Secretary of State William Seward agreed to buy Alaska for $7.2 million. To the public, it seemed like madness. Newspapers called it Seward's Folly and Seward's Icebox. Why would a nation, still recovering from its own civil war, want a frozen desert? For decades, the critics seemed right. Alaska remained a quiet, neglected district, far from the American consciousness. Then, the earth whispered of gold. In the late 1890s, the discovery of gold turned Alaska into a land of feverish dreams. Thousands of men and women flooded north, facing starvation and freezing temperatures for a chance at a better life. This chaos forced the United States to finally build the foundations of government in the territory. But the road to statehood was long and uncertain. Alaska was still seen as too remote and too difficult to manage. World War II changed the perspective of the entire nation. Suddenly, the proximity of Alaska to Asia made it the most strategic location on the planet. The construction of the Alaska Highway broke the isolation, physically connecting the territory to the rest of the continent. In 1959, Alaska finally became the 49th state, but its trials were far from over. On Good Friday in 1964, the ground began to shake with a violence never before seen in North America. The Great Alaskan Earthquake lasted nearly 5 minutes, destroying entire towns and triggering massive tsunamis. In that moment of total fragility, Alaskans faced a choice: to abandon the frontier or to rebuild it. They chose to stay. This resilience was rewarded just a few years later with the discovery of the largest oil field in North America at Prudhoe Bay. The Trans-Alaska Pipeline became a symbol of human engineering, bringing new wealth to the region. Yet, even with modern riches, the state remains a place of deep contrast. It is a land where high-tech industry exists alongside ancient traditions. Today, Alaska stands as a reminder that some places can never be fully tamed. It is a state shaped by the endurance of its people and the raw power of the landscape. As we look at the vast horizons of the North, we see more than just ice and mountains. We see a story of transformation, from a forgotten colony to the vital heart of the American frontier. Alaska remains the last frontier, a place where the spirit of discovery never truly ends. Every nation's tale is a chapter in the history of us all. If you found meaning in this journey, please like this video and subscribe. Feel free to explore our channel to see how other nations survived their own moments of fragility. Your support ensures these stories are never forgotten. Thank you for watching.